Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I drew and animated this rainy scene. And I'm going to dive more into how to fix your sketches, color, and use shading, and finally do some basic animation. So if you're new to Procreate, stick around because I'll be walking you step by step throughout the whole process. Let's jump right into it. First thing is I've started with a very faint initial sketch and you reduce the opacity. The great thing about Procreate is that it has the ability to have as many layers as you want. And using layer is really the best thing about digital drawing. It allows you to create over and over. This really makes tracing and refining your drawing as easy as possible. For the next sketch layer, I always pick a different color so I don't confuse it with the other underneath. So this way everything stays organized and it's easier to manage. In this case, I picked a maroon color to contrast against the black one. So I'm using my go-to dry ink brush. It's a default brush on Procreate and it's one of my favorite. It's here at 0% streamline. Streamline is a setting that smooths your lines as you draw. So whenever I want to sketch, I turn down the streamline all the way down to 0. And it really allows me to draw without any restraint. So a good way to know if your proportions are okay is to flip your sketch horizontally or turning even your canvas upside down. It's a great way to spot any proportional issue and fix them before moving on. So now that I flipped the drawing, I can see that the skull is a little bit flat and I'm going to fix it now. And just flipping your drawing horizontally is a great way to save you time because then you don't render a drawing with bad proportions. Now let me use a drying brush, but this time I'm going to use 20% streamline. And this helps me create smoother, cleaner lines and nicer shapes for the final outlines. And you can see how much smoother it is, right? So you can see this small color thumbnail in the corner. I made that earlier to plan the color, but using a color thumbnail, that's a common practice. It's basically creating a small simplified version of your drawing, and it's to help you plan the color ahead of time. It's just a rough draft for color choices, and this steps really helps create a cohesive and visually appealing drawing for the final result. Having a color thumbnail allows you to test different color palettes, you play with different blend modes, and it really makes the process so much smoother. So if you think back of the concept of a paper doll, on a separate layer, I'm now creating the outline for the hair. By keeping the layers organized like this, it really helps me later on when it's time to color. Think of your layer as adding more and more items on top of it. Another tip is using the Lasso Tool for coloring. This is my favorite tool in order to color larger areas. And I just define a border with the Lasso Tool and then drop in the color. For the highlights, for example, in the hair, I use a lighter color with the dry ink brush. But this time I increase the brush size. On the left-hand corner, you can see you can play with the brush size and even save them. And I add a simple zigzag stroke to create the effect of light reflecting. Quite easy. It's kind of like the way I do it. Also, just so you know, I'm a top teacher on Skillshare, and I'm offering you an exclusive 30-day free access to Skillshare. That means that you can explore my classes, deep dive into Procreate and Procreate Dreams, but also classes of other amazing teachers on the platform. Skillshare is an amazing platform with tons of creative classes from illustration and graphic design to photography and animation, you name it. It's really perfect for leveling up your skills. Okay, so now for shading under the neck, I draw a triangle shape and then drop the shadow color in. But make sure that the borders are fully closed before dropping any colors, otherwise it will just spill out. It's kind of like whenever you use Microsoft Paint back in the early 2000s. Now I'm going to create a clip-in mask on the body outline so the shadow stays within the body areas. And this is just an easy way to keep things neat while adding depth to your drawing. So you can see that the outline of the neck is not going beyond the outline of the body. And if you want to reuse a color from another part of your drawing, you can simply hold down your finger to sample it. And you can then apply that color wherever you need it. It's super handy and I do it all the time. You can also sample color from any image you import. So now think of layering your drawing like creating a paper doll. So for example, start with the body, then add hair, shadow, clothes, etc. And it's really a fun way to think about adding depth to a flat drawing. So you'll see that my drawing process is quite repetitive. I refine the messy initial lines until everything looks smooth and well balanced. And yeah, I just add and add more layers. Drawing is just so repetitive. I usually recommend you guys to start with all the default brushes on Procreate because there's so many good ones. And another one that I really like is Spectra Brush. It mimics kind of a watercolor vibe. So for the throw blankets pattern, for example, I'm using the Spectra brush, and I just think it gives a nice touch of fabric to it. Nice texture. So I duplicate the flat colors and I apply a gradient map. And I found that darker tone in real life has this kind of a coolish purple hue to it. And then warmer tones are a little bit more orangey. So I just think it fits perfectly whenever you blend it as multiply and you use it to add depth between light and dark to your character. I also like to add a mask, and this is to allow control over the shading. It allows me to kind of reveal the lighter color underneath with more precisions. Now I'm using a black brush because as you remember, when you're using a mask, black hides and white reveals. So I want to use black to hide parts of the darker layer to reveal the lighter base underneath. And this really gives a nice contrast between the light and dark, adding more dimension to your drawing. So earlier this year, I've learned about Procreate Dreams and I've been having so much fun animating my drawings. So I'm going to show you how I do it with this simple drawing. We're going to animate this rainy scene. I'm going to import all the layers from Procreate into Procreate Dreams. It's super easy because it's a simple drag and drop, and you can see that as I drop the layers into Procreate Dreams, they just turn into a new track on the timeline. A track is basically the same thing as a layer, but on Procreate Dreams. Now I'm going to show you how you can do easy light blinking effect because you have the cityscape in the background. So we're going to add keyframes on the timeline and change the opacity and adjust the Gaussian blur just to create a softer effect over time. And this will mimic a flickering effect because when you look at a city in the distance, you can see the light flickering. Something that I like to do, very easy way to animate on Procreate Dreams, is using a boil effect. A boil effect is just a fun wiggly line animation, and you can do it by retracing the same animation, I would say 4 times in the flipbook mode. So this add a dynamic, lively feel to the light flickering in the rain. And to do so, I'm using a mask. So very similarly to how I reveal some of the color on Procreate, I'm using a mask, but this time on Procreate Dreams. And by retracing that line that reveals light 4 times, then you can see the effect of the light flickering. I really like a rainy day, and it's been raining so much in Copenhagen, so I think that's what inspired me. So this is the final video or the final drawing and animated also on Procreate Dreams. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below and tell me what should I draw next. See you in the next one.